Hi, everybody, and welcome to this channel, Freya's Crone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are at in the world. Today is June 12th. It's an energy day of 10. I almost said year. It's an energetic year of 10 too, but today is an energetic day of 10, which boils down to a 1. So it is also Freya Day. So happy Freya Day, everybody. Every Friday, we do divine feminine messages. So today is Friday, so TGIF. Um, this video is also for the element of water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I always recommend to each and every one of you guys to go watch all of the other videos because I feel like all of the elements have a special message for you, regardless of what your sun sign is. Anyways, welcome to this channel. When you come into this live stream, give me a Fonzie. Leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know how these general messages resonate with you. If you are not yet subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and hit that little notification bell. All of that helps out this channel. I am very, very grateful for all of your love, all of your support. So before we get started, I just want to give a big old gratitude, grateful energy, vibration out to all my haters. Thank you for being a hater. Thank you for throwing all those stones, because without those stones, I wouldn't have been able to build up this channel. It wouldn't have been a stepping stone. I'd have still been walking and I wouldn't have been going up the stairs. So thank you, hater, for hating. I appreciate you. Also helps out the channel. Your view always helps out the channel. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Water signs. So today is Friday. Let's see what goddess wants to come out for okay, beautiful. We have Lilith, the first woman. And I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you're absolutely divinely protected. You could be protected by Lilith. It could be the goddess that you worship. But I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose life. I choose the life that I desire. So before I started this reading, as I was shuffling the cards, I had one of these cards fly, and I mean literally fly out of the deck and go halfway across the room. I had to stop and get up and walk over and pick it up. And then I shuffled it back into the deck. It was about trust, trusting something, trusting your intuition. All right. Trust in your decisions is what it was. And then as I was, I cleansed all the decks for a change. My Palo Santo decided to really start a smoking. So I feel like there's a lot of cleansing for us humans are on this planet, a cleansing in our divine feminine energy. We are definitely, absolutely standing in our power today. And then I moved on to this deck that I was shuffling, and 2 cards popped out. I can't remember. Oh no, it was this deck actually. 2 cards popped out, and here they are on the bottom of the deck. Balance and prayer. These 2 cards popped out. So if you are praying, Spirit is telling you, trust your decisions, because your prayers have been heard. So whatever sourness that somebody went in your way right here in this, look at these people. They look PO'd. So whatever sourness somebody was projecting your way, your prayers have been heard. You trust your intuition. This is the third eye card. Trust what you see. Trust intuition. Because whatever sourness that they were taking, you took the power of prayer and made lemonade with it. And these people are pissed. So somebody may be wanting to come in and guilt trip you, try to manipulate your emotions here, because somebody has a very sour attitude. So you need to change how you're seeing something. So I always recommend, water signs, that you go and watch all of the other videos. Watch the fire signs, watch the air signs I just did. We're now in water. And then when I go do the earth signs, go watch all of those videos. because I feel there is a message in all of these videos for everybody out there, regardless of what your sun sign is. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about your card, water signs. Look, you got the cosmic egg, the divine feminine. You are about to come out of your cocoon. I hold the universe within me. I am the force of an everlasting love. Friday, the cosmic egg, right? So I feel a lot of us, we got the new moon coming in Gemini. Gemini rules Mercury, communication. That's the sourness that these people are feeling. They're mad because they couldn't block your transformation. They wanted to throw you off balance. They wanted you to take this rigid stance to see something, like they want you to be yielding. They wanted to block you. They didn't want you to trust your intuition. It's like they wanted your divine authority, is what I'm feeling here. So the cosmic egg for the element of water. A number 214. So 214 can be significant. It adds up to a 7. 7 talks about challenges. It talks about challenges that we have to evolve. Come on, guys, give me some Fonzies. I see you watching. The challenges that we endure for our soul's evolvement. Okay? Alrighty, so let's see here. 214 for the element of water. Somebody could have the area code 412 or 214. Dallas, Texas. Somebody could be from Dallas. It's coming up on my phone, so I'm throwing it out there. So 214 is a divine message of encouragement, urging you to maintain unwavering faith. Unwavering faith. Right? In your life's path. It blends the vibrations of harmony, 2, fresh starts, 1, and the building of solid foundations. So today is June 12th. 6, 1, 2 is a 9, plus 1 is a 10. Something like that. For reminding you that your hard work and positive attitude are leading to a well-deserved success. The number 2 represents balance in partnerships, right? Balance. Look, balance. Balance, partnerships, duality, and adaptability. It encourages you to trust your relationships and remain harmonious. 1 symbolizes new beginnings, independence, and taking the initiative. It acts as a reminder that your thoughts create your reality. Fonzie, guys. 4 resonates with hard work, practicality, and building on a solid foundation for the future. The number 7, a hidden root number, represents spiritual awakening, inner wisdom, and divine support. This number encourages open communication, Gemini communication, trust, and mutual support. If you are single, it suggests that taking the initiative to maintain a positive mindset will attract the right kind of love into your life. And that's why somebody is mad. I mean, they are literally mad, blocking their heart off. Somebody is heartless. Somebody could have been praying in vain over somebody's life as well. Some sort of a heartless individual. Could be a female. Maintain a positive mindset or attract the right kind of love into your life. In a relationship, it is a reminder to nurture your connection and build a stable, loving foundation. 214 indicates that your efforts are supported by the universe. It encourages you to stay grounded organized, practical, and optimistic as your long-term plans are beginning to manifest. Twin flames. For those of you who are on a twin flame journey, C14 is often viewed as a sign that you and your twin flame are aligning. It tells you to stay patient and trust the journey. Trust. I don't know, it's not on the bottom of the deck. I shuffled it in, but that was a card that flew across the room. Trust your decisions. Any air signs, the perception card come out, and it showed a butterfly behind the divine feminine's head, butterfly in front of her. So you're not going to see something coming here. It tells you to stay patient and trust the journey as both of you are growing towards a healthier, more balanced union. What a beautiful message. 214. All right, water signs. So this card is coming to you today to let you know nothing needs to happen. That's why the trust card come out. You need to trust the process. Everything is exactly as it should be. So you need to trust that you made the right decision. You hold the universe inside you. All life emerges from within. If you try to exert pressure for something to exist before it's ready, that new life within you won't have the time it needs to fully form. The cosmic egg is the essence of the divine feminine. It is the ultimate symbol of the creative force that exists within each one of us. It is a dark, loving womb that holds and protects all creative expressions of life. If we allow what's within us to emerge, divine timing, or soul time, then what's within us will transform us. The egg is the trust that what is ours can never be taken from us. So there's no need to answer the ego's push to rush the process. So I see three people who are pissed off because these three people may have wanted to take your space. They may have been trying to block your love, block a union. And you need to watch the love story readings because that literally come out in one of the I don't remember which side it was, but that literally come out in one of the love stories readings about how somebody was trying to cloud somebody's mirror because divine counterparts mirror one another. And somebody was trying to cloud a divine counterpart's mirror to get them to go in the opposite direction. It must be you, hater, because I don't see no up and you haven't left the view. So the egg is the faith. I'm telling you, water signs, faith, prayer, guilty. Somebody is trying to guilt trip somebody into saying. Somebody is bitter because two people are balancing out. I'm telling you, everything happens in a reading. Everything. Doesn't matter. Everything, when you're in the process, when you are in tune with the divine and you are doing readings, every experience from the time you start until the time it ends is part of a message. The trust card literally grew wings and flew. Then those two cards I just showed you popped out of the deck. And now we get the cosmic egg that is telling you exactly what I was feeling before I started this reading. So there's no need to answer the ego's push to rush the process, to impress others, or to complete something on someone else's timeline. So somebody was really trying to swap somebody's time frame, something that was destined, something that was marked in their soul's contract. Could have been another female. Could have been 3 people. Doesn't have to be female. There's a male on. There's 2 guys on that card, or 2. I don't know. Anyways, the point is, the egg is the faith that our process is sacred. That even in the midst of what looks like chaos or delay or even death, there's a tendril of new life that needs only our trust to eventually take form. Trust is all over this water sign reading, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Trust is all over this reading. I feel you need to trust, for one, that you're being protected from these haters. Because there you are in that wound. You need to trust it. The egg is the knowing that life begins again after death from within. So hold this intention. I hold the universe within me. I am the force of ever expanding love. Ask your soul, what am I ready to expand? There's a rebirth here. You're coming out of this. You're still partially in it, but you're on your way out. Like somebody's in the growing pain or growing pains. Oh my goodness. Somebody's in the birthing pains. Somebody's in labor. And if you're a female and you've ever had a child, you know what that feels like. Somebody is in their labor pains of their rebirth. Somebody's in their labor pains. So let's talk about Lilith here, because Lilith is side-eyeing me. 1, 4, 2. So listen, okay, so the egg was 214, right? 214. Lilith is 2. The numbers are exactly the same, but they're all mixed up. The 2 is at the end instead of being in front of the. Now it's at the end. Yeah, she's side-eyeing me. Doesn't she look like she's side-eyeing? Whoever is doing this, you are heavily protected. Heavily. Oh, wrong way. Sorry. You're heavily protected from this side-eyer. You also have a past or ancestor who is watching over you. They're the ones who is protecting you. Look at that. White buffalo calf woman. There's a prophecy in that. The path of the sacred way. My heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. The heart is the compass. She is totally green. The heart. Somebody's listening to their heart. Somebody's having a heart chakra activation. Okay. So I'm not going to read Lilith. I feel like that's a message. All right. So what do we need to let go of, water signs? What do they need to let go of? And Lilith, the thing about Lilith, the story about Lilith, Black Moon Lilith could be significant. Let's see where she's at. Let's see where Black Moon Lilith is at. Black Moon is the new moon, by the way, for those of you who don't know what it is. Yeah. Black Moon Lilith is important today for some reason. I'm telling you, surrender to divine timing. Something about divine timing. How about this? We're about to come into union with our divine counterparts. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? So I'm talking to my twin flamers out there. Now I know everybody's like, oh, twin flame, my twin flame person. Da, da, da. Twin flames are not about you, are not about another person. First of all, yes, you have your mirror counterpart. Those are, the divine counterpart. Okay, that we mirror to back and forth, things that need healed, things that we have worked on. Divine counterparts, exactly that. They're divine counterparts. They're able to see things, have divinity within them, that hear things. They most of the time are immortal beings. Okay. Um, so twin flame journeys, that's why a lot of it's so misconstrued and it frustrates the shit out of me because everybody is and this makes perfect sense because there was somebody that I was working with who I had mentioned about the twin flame journey and I was explaining. She's like, why do you gotta tell people that? And I'm like, why do you sugarcoat? Like, why sugarcoat it? It's the truth. Um, so when we go through our twin flame journey, we go into a period of darkness. It's called the dark night of the soul, right? Where we have to explore the shadows within us that need to be healed. I'm talking to somebody who's did the work. I'm talking to somebody who has went into those shadows and did the work. Black Moon Lilith is in Sagittarius. Sagittarius talks about free spirit. It talks about healing. It talks about wisdom. It talks about somebody who's a traveler. It represents travel. It represents philosophy. It represents being a free spirit. It represents healing. It represents the balancing of the masculine and feminine energies. That's why it's fire and water at 19 degrees, which adds up to a 10. 1929 can be significant. So Chiron is in Aries in 29 degrees. So Chiron is the wounded warrior, the wounded healer, healing those wounds, identifying with the Aries energy what those wounds are, addressing them so that you can heal them and balance yourself out. So you need to go watch the fire sign reading. The fire sign reading I feel is very important here. All right, so water signs. What do we I'm telling you, this is the card that flew across the room. I am not kidding you. See how this person is kneeling down and praying? You cannot make this stuff. I am like in it today. I am in it. Yep. So let go of the stubbornness, right? Let it go. See, this reminds me of a chess and checkerboard. So somebody had some sort of a strategic plan here. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about things, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. And that was the fire signs reading about somebody taking a rigid stance, somebody who was trying to yield somebody who was trying to hold somebody up from moving forward. You need to go watch the love story. It's a caption on one of the signs. It says, somebody cloud somebody's mirror trying to get somebody to go in a different direction. Go watch that video. I can't remember who it was for. I think it might have been, no, it wasn't Cancer. Maybe it wasn't Gemini. I don't remember. This will help you communicate more lovingly and with others and yourself. So you really need to listen to your higher self here. See, see this, it looks like a robe, a dark, somebody standing in a dark robe. I don't know. That's what I see. You can leave me a comment on what you see. Surrender to complete healing. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. I love it. Something about that checkerboard floor is very significant. Somebody thought they had a strategic plan. They were moving strategically here. All right. So again, there's the trust. I'm telling you, water sign, you cannot make this stuff up. First, the cosmic egg has trust all over it. And now this card that flew out is coming through. And there she is, the divine feminine, sitting and praying. Sitting and praying. Trust yourself, your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions of what you do. Other people's strong opinions about what you do psychically. Look at these people. One woman, two men who were trying to throw this relationship out of balance. They were trying to put the two behind the four. They only wanted to see the five energy of conflict, of, listening, gossiping, spying, lying, bullshit. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. So somebody's chosen. Somebody is a chosen one. Praying. I'm telling you. The power, somebody, the divine heard your prayer. They are letting you know to trust that they hear you. They trust. Universe wants you to say, listen, humans, trust that we heard you. You are us. We are you. Communication, all about communication with the new moon in Gemini. This is absolutely beautiful. I knew that. I was like, all right, when I put the card back in the deck, I'm like, okay, if it's meant to come out, it will, and I'll be damned if it didn't. Did you see that orb? It did. This card had wings. I can't prove it to you. You gotta trust my word, right? So somebody made a very strong decision to not allow somebody to sway them, right? Sway them into trying to prove their worth, trying to prove their value, right? With Lilith coming through here. My soul informs my every step. Somebody listen to their still small voice. They listen to their heart. Black Moon Lilith in Sagittarius is very important. You have to go watch that video. All right. So what wisdom? Renewal. Your rebirth is here. I'm telling you, you're coming out of that womb. You're coming out of that period of darkness. See how her crown is illuminated? I just noticed this. Look at all the other chakras, right? She's in her root chakra energy. She's very grounded. She's very secure, right? She's very trusting. Breaking out of that ego, that limited mindset, changing her belief system, not allowing the ego to lie, right? And learning to just be. We have the solar plexus, the heart chakra, the throat chakra. Those three chakras are very important. Look how she's sitting in front of these plants and how they have grown. I'm telling you, all these videos are coming together. And then in the last video, we placed an energy where somebody was sitting in that chair and looking at the trees with no leaves on them, no growth, no abundance, no fruition. See it in the background? Somebody is learning to feel secure. They're learning to trust that they are chosen. The path that they have chosen is taking them a renewal, a rebirth. I'm telling you. And look, you have some witch who is very insecure. This is a heartless individual. The mysticism card talks about a witch, somebody who could be remote viewing, somebody who's very stubborn, somebody who's observing you, somebody who's psychically observing you, somebody who may have sent a monitor demon over to you. This person is trying to cloak themselves. Doesn't that cloak look like this? And who I'm talking to, you're surrendered to complete healing. You are opening fully to the loving compassion forces of the universe and the support right there. And you got this other person who's very egotistical, self-centered, right? And mad. Because why? Because you're opening your heart and you're trusting the universe. Somebody's getting humbled. Oh, and look at this. Beauty. They are envious of your beauty. And they've been trying to work against you. This is somebody who's trying to humble you. They're like, oh, well, water signs needs to be humbled. Mm-hmm. This is somebody who's sent a monitor spirit over or has been psychically remote viewing you, getting card readings on you. But this is somebody who's been watching your journey closely. This is somebody who lives in a period of darkness. This is a dark witch. And this dark witch has been trying to deter your divine counterpart, not wanting them to open up their heart to you, wanting them to feel insecure. It's like this person was lying. They're living ass off. Yep, somebody's bittersweet. Somebody who is, this talks about, it references is, and I'm not, don't take this personally, but this is talking about somebody who comes in. I'll use my own example. Somebody told me, "Oh, I have a extra tube of toothpaste if you need toothpaste." An offer of kindness with the underlining energy of cruelty because of my teeth. What were they saying? You figure that out. You tell me in the comments how you would have felt. I just respond to it. I was like, what are you trying to say? I'm thinking, what are you trying to say? A bad breath? Or my teeth is crooked, it's ugly, they're yellow. What are you trying to say? But the whole time, I'm brushing them. I can't help it if they're crooked. You know, I have yellow teeth because I drink coffee. The enamel is soft. I'm going to be 57 years old very soon. Things are falling apart. I'm not 17 no more. You see what I mean? And that's how this person was, taking that rigid stance in their ego. Envious, jealous. Somebody had the green-eyed monster, and that's what come through with the air sign. Somebody is carrying the green-eyed monster. The green-eyed monster, if you don't know what it is somebody who's very envious in their heart. Somebody who is psychically remote viewing it. That's the green-eyed monster. Somebody who's very psychic, but carries envy and jealousy in their heart. So they look for a reason to attack people. Mm-hmm. Because they're bitter about how you look. They're envious of how you look, but they come off all sweet. And what they were trying to do is make you think that you were in a death trap, a deadly swamp. But your inner child came out and said, no, 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 no. Your path is clear, my friend. Your path is clear. Mm-hmm. That's what I see for the water signs. See, the path is clear, right? There's no water. There's a little bit, maybe, enough to water your needs, but it's not deadly. This person was trying to unalive, buddy. Mm-hmm. I went right to the bittersweet card, too. You are being offered a chance to awaken to a new life. You may need to deepen your roots and anchor yourself by taking stock of what you would like to create. This is the time to start again and grow a strong foundation. Geranium leaves can be significant, shrivel, and are stolen by the wind. So somebody was trying to steal something from you. Destiny. And they were trying to sway you. They're trying to sway other people's opinions about you. This is somebody who may have come off all nice and sweet behind the scenes. They're very bitter. Why? Because you two may not be on the same page when it comes to your faith. You may be the type of person that's at home, prays every day, believes in a higher power, but doesn't believe in the neon God, the jealous God. Believe in a higher power. You know there's something bigger than you out there, but you don't believe in the neon made jealous God that maybe they believe in because they're faithful to their church. They're faithful to going there. No harsh, no judgment. If that's your thing, that's your thing. Me, myself, I don't believe in a jealous God because that green eyed monster, God, should not be jealous. God should be all about love, the universe. We are all one. We are not made different. We're all unique to who we are, but we're all one. We're all souls. So whoever is doing this is like an NPD. They are like somebody who has an empty shell. Okay. She cried from her pot and is deeply saddened when she is thrown away. Somebody was trying to pull you out of your divinity and toss you to the curb, but maybe sending these demons at you. But when she is awakened, she is blooming once again. Now she lives in a large park, a former landfill site, surrounded by lush greenery. Her roots, each deeper than ever before, opening her to the possibilities of her new life. So somebody here trusted the process. They didn't allow this green monster to sway them off of their path. Instead of fighting back, this person prayed. They used the power of prayer. Beautiful. I love it, water signs. So, what appears to be an end may not be an end after all. What I say, every end is a new beginning. That's what Freya always says. With every ending, there's a beginning. Some sort of an illusion is being revealed and released. So, this person was trying to throw an illusion at you by being all nice and sweet with their communication. Oh, I love you. You're my best friend. But the whole time, they were stabbing you in the back, stabbing you in the heart, betraying you, doing magic on you, being a green eyed monster. They were envious of your divinity. They were envious because you were attractive. They were envious because you are somebody who did not take a rigid stance. You were not egotistical. You know, you were nice to them. You were genuine with them, and they didn't like it. And I feel like this person did not want you to see their plan. Their plan was to come in and be a decoy. So let's get a card for the element of water. That's why when I've been starting my videos today, I've been thanking my haters. Because if it wasn't for the haters, I would have took their stones and been building my life, building my YouTube channel. And trust me when I say I am about to get my justice. Okay. Ha! I'm not laughing. I'm sorry. I shouldn't. Somebody's definitely going through an ego death. You cannot make this stuff up. Somebody who thought they had divine authority over you was trying to sway other people's opinions about you. This person could be passing away. Somebody is going through an ego death. I'm telling you. The death card is Scorpio. If I had my computer out, I would see what time that was that said about trying to deter somebody from going the other way. This could be a group, a coven. This could be a group of witches. This could be a spiritual team, like a church going group of individuals. This could have been anybody. Secret society, a coven, a church group. It could have been whatever. But this person has a very hard heart. They come off all nice, sweet, but they tried to set a deadly trap for you. And they were trying to paint a picture, right, of you that was not true. And look, here is the creation. There's that buffalo white woman, an ancestor. They were gossiping, lying, slander, right? Look at these two people, how they're pissed, right? This is somebody who was gossiping behind your back, trying to make you feel rejected. And guess what card is next? Look, see, they're mad. Could have been 5 people. They were trying to get your spirit team to reject you. They were trying to get you to reject your gifts. Possibly sending these demons in to whisper, to trick you. I think it's kind of funny here. Let me back up a couple steps. He's got these paintbrushes in his hand. The canvas is in front of him. Look, pictures are painted. Something didn't work. They wanted you to think like, I'm telling you, somebody was doing death magic on you. They really were, because this talks about walking through that deadly swamp. They were trying to trap you, humiliate you, humble you, something along them lines. They were. They were definitely, absolutely, definitely trying to destiny swap. By siphoning your solar plexus, trying to steal your joy, your happiness, trying to block you, right? Making you see a facade, right? So that you would gain enlightenment. I'm telling you, and then there's the prayer card. Somebody could have been doing necromancy on you. Because they were better. Now this person could be passing away. This person is definitely somebody who's been doing necromancy. Absolutely. So we have a Scorpio here, so you may need to go watch the Scorpio reading, the love story, because today, for some reason, it's all about love. The Divine Feminine is bringing everything in about love. They wanted you to choose the darkness. This person was definitely watching you. Absolutely. Spirit stepping in and hearing somebody's prayers. 8 of Swords. Yep, that look. So the 8 of Swords in reverse talks about somebody seeing their way out of a situation. Somebody seen something. And they mirrored back to this person. But this person, like, was very, very, very self-centered, very egotistical. See how blind? They were trying to blind you. They could have been, I'm telling you, there's that smoking mirror. It may have been in a Scorpio reading. The smoking mirror. They didn't want somebody to see something clearly. But water signs, you did. You did. See how she's got the blinder on this person that's looking in the mirror. But the blinder is on the image that's being reflected, like the mirror in the image in the mirror. so we can hear magic. Look, Queen of Swords. So whoever I'm talking to, you stood in your power. You need to go watch the air sign video. You stood in your power. You're like, nah, I don't think so. You're not the master of my life. I'll do what I want to do. Right? They really thought they had divine authority. They thought they were God. They thought they were God. But this person, look at the dogs. Something about them dogs. But I'm telling you, and then underneath that is the moon. So they could have been coming into your dreams. Look, more dogs. Coming into your dreams, casting illusions, hiding their truth, right? The moon talks about illusions. But it also talks about your intuition. So something in your dreams warned you about this situation. And then you took your sword of words, your power, and you cut this. You trusted your intuition. You're no longer in heartache. You're not allowing the despair. You're cutting them cords. You could have cut some attachments to your solar plexus of feeling lack. Like I don't feel like I don't have the courage. I don't have the strength, right? Somebody could have been sending you subliminal thoughts. Queen of Coins. Somebody got to do something. Somebody is very, very greedy. Either paid somebody to do something or got paid to do something. Got paid to attack somebody's crown chakra, cause them nightmares, try to get them to self-sacrifice. And it backfired. Backfired. They were really trying to get, with the queen and the king here, they were trying to end this relationship. They didn't want two people to communicate. This is not only divine counterparts because they're of the same energy, but they were trying to cut their telepathic communication. They were trying to cut their divinity by trying to sway the other person to go in the wrong direction. Literally trying to unalive somebody, trying to get somebody to unalive themselves. And this is all through self-experience as well. So you're not alone. If you're experiencing this, you're not alone. And the thing is, if they're attacking you through witchcraft, magic, psychically, spiritual warfare, witchcraft, black magic warfare, whatever, if you're being attacked, think about it this way. I must be here to do something fantastic if they are trying this hard to get me to unalive myself, or if they're trying this hard to deter me off my path. I must be here to do something fantastic. That's to look at the situation. Instead of taking a rigid stance, take a look at it from a different perspective. You have a higher calling. That's the Queen and the King of Swords. You have a higher calling. This person thought they had divine authority over you. They thought that you were the dog and they were your master. King of Swords in reverse is definitely going through an ego death, for one. For two, this person could literally be passing away. Literally. Doesn't have to be an air sign. It could be any sign. See, if you look at this, doesn't she look like she's coming out of the shadows? These people could have even went as far as to show up at your house. Not physically, but astrally. But whoever I'm talking to, see how this divine feminine has this circle of light around their head. They gained enlightenment through this transformation. I'm seeing an ant, one ant. So when I see one ant, because usually they're a colony and they work together, this person definitely did not want you to work with another person. They did not want you two to work together. And that's why they're trying to unalive somebody here. Trying to sway their thoughts, coming into their dreams. Somebody could have had psychic intrusive thoughts, dark intrusive thoughts. Somebody could have had premonition dreams about somebody trying to unalive them, which I've had quite a few times. Um, the first one I had was right after I moved where I'm at right now. I went downtown. I had to go down and pick up something. I think I was picking up a script. And I crossed paths with a dark witch. And within a week's time, she tried to unalive me by knocking me over a banister. She come over, she jumped up and down on the floor like the dust come off of her feet. She was dressed like this, but it was a totally black outfit. Reminded me of that fake plastic. And she's like, I'm here to take your soul. And she smacked me and knocked me over the banister, and I fell. And just as I was about ready to hit that floor, an angel come in and pick me up and set me down. I mean, literally, I seen the angel come in and swoop me up and set me down. That was the first time. The most recent one was um, somebody did necromancy and sent somebody in to stab me. And a spirit guide come in and blocked it. So those are two incidences that I can tell you. This is my testimony. This isn't looking for pity. This is just a testimony. Tell me your story. Tell me what has happened to you. I'd like to hear it. I read all your comments, by the way, just letting you know. So you're not allowing this influencer to have authority over your life. You're taking your power back. And it's like you're saying, listen, if you can't speak right to me, I don't want to hear it. Right? I'm not going to stoop to your level. Right? I'm not going to stoop to your level and give you bittersweet communication. I'm just going to put my foot down and say, listen, this is how it is. So definitely, Spirit is telling you they've heard your prayers. You're definitely going through your transformation. You're in that process. You're in the cocoon. See, you're about to come out, right? You're in them labor pains. So remember, with every ending, there is a beginning. Remember, 214. Okay. All right. Enough preaching. Thank you for watching. I really ran over my time, but hey, I love you guys anyways. So leave me a comment in the comment section below. Tell me a little bit about your story. Let me know how this video resonates. Tomorrow I will be doing the moon readings and the weekly energy. So stay tuned. I love you guys.